This is Papa Bear. I'm true to this, not new to this. This is about a roadside inspection. Calm down. It ain't that big a deal. As long as you know everything's good. They're probably going to do a level 2, which is not going to take that long. Look at your ID. Run your license. Want to know where you're coming from, where you're headed. Real simple stuff. They probably just run your license and everything. Make sure you're good. You need to make sure you're good before they pull you over. But and that probably be it. And you get to the inspection station, you might have a bigger inspection. Anything could get you pulled in. Okay. There's over 10,000 things on the truck that could get you shut down or pulled in or get you an inspection. Okay. Make sure you don't have any air leaks. Don't pull up on that platform and you know you got an air leak, because he's probably going to hear it. Okay, and then he's going to pull you in the back. Make sure your lights are working. Make sure your windshield is clear. You don't have anything on the dashboard, trash on the dashboard. That'll get you pulled in really quick. Make sure your truck is clean, at least somewhat clean. I don't expect you to clean it every day, but make sure your truck looks good, clean. And they look through the window and they don't see it all junky in there. That could get you pulled in too. Okay. Make sure you got a shirt on. That could get you pulled in too. If you do get pulled in, they're going to tell you to go around the back and take and park. Or they'll tell you to go to, if they got a shed in the back, to pull in to the back to where the pit is or to where the shed is. You go back there and you park in front of the pit until somebody comes out. They're going to ask you for your license and your bills and your registration, probably your IFTA, and they want to see all that. Make sure you have all that in a binder, already ready. All you got to do is grab it and hand it to him. Don't make it difficult. Don't be there longer than you have to, because if you look like you're organized, you're probably going to get out of there a whole lot quicker. Okay? If you got everything in there, get the sheets, the plastic sheets where you can slide the paper in between them to keep them everything neat. Okay? And in the binder. Okay? And just hand it to him or her so they can take it back there and do their thing and look at your driver's license. Run everything. Make sure everything's good. Then they'll probably come, after they do that, they'll probably do an inspection. Okay, if you know your truck's good, you really don't have anything to worry about. Okay, they're going to look at the tires. They're going to look at the lights. They're going to ask you to turn them on and off. The flashers, left and right turn signal in the back and the front. And they're going to probably do brake test. And what that's going to entail is that they're going to have the truck is going to be running. Then they're going to tell you to turn the truck off. Then they're going to ask you to hit the brake to see how fast your air pressure drops. Okay? If your air pressure is normal at 3 pounds per minute, 3 to 4 pounds per minute, every truck is different, then they're going to ask you to pump them down to see where your buttons pop out at. The yellow and the red button, where they pop out at. You're going to be hitting them, boom, boom, boom. Brake pressure going to be going down. And then the yellow button's going to pop out. Then they're going to ask you to press them down again. And then the red button's going to pop out. Okay? As long as everything's good on that. You should do these little checks on your own from time to time. You ain't got to do them every day. But it just a good idea to do every now and then. If you're just sitting there at the truck stop, taking a 30-minute break, check your brakes. See what your air pressure doing. Okay, make sure your air governor is working right. Okay, and it's building air like it's supposed to. Okay, and just check it every now and then. These little checks like this doesn't hurt to do. Okay, you can't take everything for granted, because when you're driving, things break. things break. Okay, make sure you don't have your this they got me on this. Make sure you don't have your um, airlines and your wires laying on the catwalk. Okay, and that's a good idea not to have them on the catwalk, because it's rubbing on that catwalk and it's going to chafe a hole in the lining of the electrical cable or the line. Okay, make sure you got a good spring back there to hold that up. Okay, depending on whatever type of lines you got back there, and everything. If you do have anything on the catwalk, make sure it's tied down and it doesn't get in the way of the trailer. Okay, and stuff when the trailer swings back and forth when you're turning, that could make a mess. They really get into depth when they get up under there and they pull you in the shack. Your big building, they pull you in the shack, and you pull in the shack over the pit, and they go down in the pit. Now they're really looking for something. They're gonna be down there with their little soap and water bottle, looking for air leaks, listening for air leaks. Okay, if you got an air leak down there, they're gonna find it. Okay. If you got an air leak on one of your tanks down there in the back, and he get to spray in that bottle with that little solution of detergent in there, and there's an air leak on one of those air tanks back there, he's going to find it. And he's probably going to tell you to get it changed out as soon as possible right now. Okay, get somebody over to change that tank out and stuff. Then you call in a job. Okay, these things are preventable. You can check these yourself. It's not going to hurt you to get up under that truck from time to time with your little spray bottle, with your little Dawn in the spray bottle, and spray around those air tanks and those air lines up underneath there. It's called preventive maintenance. It protects you. It keeps you in good. It's called preventive maintenance. Just spray it. Because I guarantee you, as soon as you hit something in there that's leaking, it's going to show. If it's a line, an airline, and it's leaking a little bit, you might just need to take that wrench and just tighten it down a little bit. Things come loose, all that vibration. But if you got leaks on the welds of the tank and it's leaking, not much you can do about that, okay? Because once you spray that tank down there, you got two tanks sitting in the back, you got the tanks that sit in the front. Once you spray that tank, it's going to bubble up white. Those are air bubbles. And if he sprayed the tank and he's underneath the truck, he's going to call you back there to look, you got air leaks here, air leaks there. And then you got to get those air tanks changed out. Okay? Guy told me, I told him about the air tanks. Excuse me. Told him about the air tanks. And I'm like, well, we just inspected that truck. Yeah. Excuse me, just inspected that truck. But we just got hit on the inspection at the weigh station. So you didn't inspect it good enough, because I'm taking your word for it that the air tanks are good. But it's not. Got to change the whole air tank. I was out there about 6 hours waiting for the wrecker and everything to come change the air tank out. That kills your time. Check on these things. Excuse me. And it's not going to kill you to get up under there and look. Not going to kill you. Save your time. And if you catch it before you get to the weigh station, before you get pulled in, you can go tell the boss man or the owner operator or whoever you're driving for to get this air tank changed because it's got a leak. Nothing you can do about it. Stuff happens. Trucks vibrate. Stuff happens. Okay? Look at your welds. Look at your nuts under there that's holding stuff together under there. Stuff gets rusty. Okay? It's not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt at all. Okay? These are just words to the wise. Once you get your inspection done, he'll probably tell you to pull out to the front. If you pass your inspection, or if you don't pass your inspection, depending on what level, okay? If you go back there in the back, it's going to be a level 5. No doubt, because he's going to pretty much check everything. But it's all about attitude. Don't be mad. Don't get don't do all that. Okay? Be respectful. He's there to do a job just like you're there to do a job. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you, and everything. And You have to sign some paperwork or whatever, and then turn it into the company, or take a picture of it and send it to the company and everything. Hopefully you got out of there with a clean inspection and everything's good. Okay? Save all paperwork. Don't throw anything away. Have a little file where you can put everything that you get. If there is any fines or whatever, the company will probably take care of it at that time. Then after that, as long as you're not overweight or anything, you continue on with your journey. Hopefully, the whole inspection thing might, if it's a level 5, might take you about an hour. Okay, if you're at the port, might take you longer. Okay, some of those chassis are not in that great a shape and everything, but make sure your truck is in good shape. Okay, and don't have a whole lot of garbage on the dashboard. That's a magnet for them to bring you in to look at you, because they're going to think, well, man, he keep that truck junky as hell. Let's take a little closer look, see what else is wrong, okay? Don't make a target out of yourself, okay? And everything. That's pretty much it. It's pretty simple, straightforward. Make sure you're good on your pulse. Make sure you no drinking and smoking, none of that foolishness. You're out there to do a job, not party, okay? And they'll give you all your paperwork back. Make sure you got all your paperwork back, everything you need in that truck, because sometimes they'll forget to give you everything, okay? Make sure you got everything that you gave him, that he or she gave it back to you, okay? That's about it. Then they'll probably ask you to come. You'll have to come back around and cross the scale again, and then they'll give you the green light, and you just go on down the road, going to where you're going. Okay? Just be smart about the inspection. There's no need to get upset, get nervous, and all that. It's just an inspection. Okay? But if you're on top of your thing with your truck, your maintenance with your truck, or at least knowing what's going on with your truck, you're not going to have any problem. I've never had many problems. I might have had an overweight issue, but nothing major. Okay? Keep your head up. Stay on task when you're out there in the truck. Handle your business, okay? This Papa Bear. To my boys out there, I love you. Y'all know that. I'm true to this, not new to this. Y'all have a great day. Keep it safe.